Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Chris Alves with the Alves team over at Keller Williams. Thank you for joining us this month for another small business spotlight. This month we're actually featuring Aisha Porterfield, owner of Phoenix Grooming over here in Palmyra. And none other, please. Hello, welcome.
Hi, my name is Aisha Porterfield. I am the owner and sole operator here at Phoenix Grooming Studio in Palmyra, New Jersey.
So Aisha, how did you even get started into the hair business? How long have you been?
So, gosh, I think ever since I was a little girl, I was always like chopping off my Barbie's hair. Like all of my Barbies had like asymmetrical bobs, and like my grandfather, actually James Harper, lived in West Philly, and there was a barber shop he used to go into, and he would go play his numbers there, hang out there. And I just remember that he would take my little cousin in, and they would come out like transformed, and I would be like, oh my God, like what goes on inside this barbershop? So I think that's how I first fell in love with barbershops and just hair, making people look better, making people feel better. I went to Gordon Phillips Beauty School right after I graduated high school.
Where's that up?
It's not there anymore. It used to be in Collingswood. Yeah, now it's like Empire or something. But I think I was actually like the last class that graduated from Gordon Phillips.
Oh, wow.
And then I got right into the business in like 2000. So
okay, so
been doing it ever since.
22 years?
Yeah, about 22 years. Yeah.
Now,
maybe 23.
Did you go into like a large corporation?
So I started at like hair cuttery type, total hack you up, in and out, like, but I think that was a great way to start, because basically I got thrown into the deep end.
Okay.
And I had to figure it out. We had to move fast, versus some other salons where you have to like go up, you start from assistant and you start, I just got in there, but I kind of like figured out what I was doing really quickly. So by the time I got out of beauty school, I was already behind a chair, whereas some people already, they have to like do like an internship or assist for sometimes years before. So I started building my clients then, and I have clients that have been with me for my whole entire career. I literally have clients that have been with me for 22 years.
I think I know one of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Scott, if I'm not mistaken.
He's been with me for a while, but not that long. He's probably been with me for like 15 years, yeah.
Now, 22-ish years, you started over at one of those large places. It was definitely like a sink or swim moment for you. And what part of in this time frame when you started to like, you opened up your own shop, like what made you want to, own your own and take all that responsibility and just kind of like, this is my thing? So
honestly, when I first started out, I really didn't think about opening my own store. I think it was just me putting limits on myself. I just never thought I could do it. It was when I left a shop that I worked for a while. I went to work at another shop, and this lady was like a crazy person, and I hated it there. I was only there for 8 months, but what I learned was she was there by her. No, she wasn't there by herself. She had a couple people working for her, but it was only like 3 or 4 of us. So I saw how she was operating her business by herself. She would have to go to the beauty supply store to get her back bar stuff, or she would do her, opening her register herself and batching her register at night by herself. Whereas my experience in the industry before was like bigger. We had HR people, we had like reps that would come to do our ordering. So I just didn't see myself being able to do what he was doing. But then when I saw her, I was like, well, and she was not that bright. I'm trying to be nice. She wasn't, I didn't find her, I wasn't intimidated by her. She was a regular person. She wasn't like well-spoken. She wasn't educated. She didn't have a business degree. And she was doing it. And she wasn't even like a nice person. So I was like, well, if she can do it, I can do it. And I was miserable. So I was motivated because I had to get out of there. And that's when I was like, I found your mom, actually. Yeah. And your mom happened to be
around the corner.
Yeah. Your mom happened to be a realtor. So yeah.
Now like we were saying, you started over there. How long were you there again? You were there for about 6 years?
Yeah, I think I was there, I should know this off the top of my head. I think I was there for like 7 years.
Okay.
2011, I think I opened that store.
Okay.
And then I opened Harper's. I think I was like maybe 5 years into Uncut when I opened Harper's in this location. So I had Uncut, and then I had Harper's Classic Cuts here. And then I closed that store, came over here to work with the barbers at Harper's. Hated that, hated the vibe, it wasn't my store anymore. Like, I felt like I wasn't happy.
Yeah.
I was starting to not look forward to coming to work. I was always putting out small fires. I was always babysitting, and I wanted a fresh start. So
that's when the Phoenix came over, or came live, I should say. Now, what made you want to open up the 2 stores, especially being, you know, relatively close to each other, literally right around the corner with Uncut and Harper's?
So, naivety. So at that point in my entrepreneurial career, I thought I knew that I needed something else, because I wasn't going to be able to reach my goals. I was in there by myself. I was, you know, the only person there. And this store was a barbershop before, and he was closing it. So the barbers were already here, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be easy. I'll just open up this other store. I'll keep the barbers. They already had their customers, and I'm just gonna go over there and collect the checks. And that's not, it doesn't work.
How long was Harper's here after you took over?
I think about 4 years. It was about, like, in total, it was 4. I think it was like maybe 2 years that it operated by itself, the 2, and then like another 2 years that I was in here with them, going back and forth.
And Phoenix you started Phoenix during the beginning of the pandemic, essentially.
Yes, so I reopened after, it was still Harper's. I reopened after shutdown June, and then kind of got settled in for a couple months because it was crazy, and then started renovating and changing the name, and
Better now?
So much better right now. I mean, I'm here by myself still, but like the peace of mind, you can't replace that. I love it here. I feel good when I come to work. It's my home away from home, so I don't ever mind being at work.
I remember when you first had Harper's here, just like the layout, everything was just completely different. And I remember it was during that shutdown, and when things started to open back up, and I came back in here and I saw everything repainted, remodeled. You had these like nice little desks and everything. Love the movie theater style seats or stadium seats. And like I was like, oh, this is actually really cool. Like this is like definitely more your style now.
Absolutely, and that's what I wanted people to see. When people walked in, I mean, I put so much time and effort. I basically did the remodel myself. Every piece of furniture I got, every piece of furniture has a story behind it. I've been to Philly to get that, dumpster diving, on Facebook Marketplace, building things myself, learning how to, everything in here has a story behind it. And
so
I wanted people.
You use a drill now?
I do. That's how I learned how to use the drill. I built that plant wall back there. I built this myself.
Oh, there you go.
Several weekends in the shop till midnight, on my hands and knees, cleaning up all the sawdust. But I mean, it makes you feel different about the place when you can look around and say, like, I did that.
Yeah, because it's your own hard work and your own money and everything, and invested in it, and you feel like a sense of like pride.
Absolutely. And I wanted people, and people tell me all the time, and it makes me feel so good when they come in, like, I like the vibe in here, like, it matches you, and I'm like, yes, that's what I want to hear. I want people to feel comfortable. I want them to feel at home, and I want them to feel like they know me a little bit. So I hope that's what everybody gets.
Wonderful job. Now, where you see yourself, and do you see like trying to grow a little bit more? I know you're still trying to like find other barbers. I know that's
the so
dilemma.
I mean, we got 4 stations here, so definitely want to get some good quality people in here. That would be great. Artists, people who love their jobs, not just people that are going through the motions. And when I built the room, now I have a massage table back there, so getting a massage therapist in. I do facials now, expanding upon that, being able to do that more often. Starting to get into eyebrows more. I'm gonna start focusing on that, maybe doing some additional training. Eventually, I would like to not be behind the chair so much and just do more managing of the shop, and then getting into other things that I would like to do in life and not have to be like,
around here all the time.
Right. The
like
shop can't go
self-efficient.
on without me here now. So the object would be for me to be able to have it run without me here, and me be able to focus on some of the other things I want. I would like to get into maybe some design, maybe some interior design. Phoenix Interior Design Studios
like
is kind of out there
Branch
in the
out
atmosphere.
the Phoenix.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah,
really
yeah. I'm into that. So I would like to be able to explore those options, and like, so I need to get the shop up and running and fully operational all the time, 7 days a week, and then I can get into those other things.
You definitely make that happen.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Chris.
So branching out and into like other industries, but do you kind of foresee, would you ever want to open up a second Phoenix Grooming somewhere in a different location? Because you've been kind of humbled here for 10 years,
I mean,
12
hair
years.
is my first love, but I've been doing this for 22 years. I kind of personally would just like to be able to service my clients that's been with me forever, and let the shop run itself and get into other things that I am dreaming of. I mean, Phoenix, the name of it means like, you ever heard of the mythological bird, Phoenix, that burns in the ashes and rises and
up.
rebirth? So that also is like me as a person. So I'm like rebirthing, I'm just got a divorce and like have this whole new chapter in my life. So I feel like hair is not in that next chapter completely. Like, I'll still be here.
Yeah, I need someone to cut my hair.
Yeah, I'll still be here doing that, but I would like to be able to see what this other side looks like. And I don't really think that that's another Phoenix or another,
Yeah, a Phoenix design.
Yes, Phoenix Design, but not Grooming Studio. And the other types of grooming too. So that's why I named it Grooming Studio, because me possibly just dedicating 1 or 2 days a week to do eyebrows and eyebrow designs and train on that and get a different client base doing that, that's still under the Phoenix Grooming Studio, umbrella. That's why I wanted it to be like grooming, so I could get into those other things. I didn't want it to be barbershop, because I wanted the ability to get into other things,
so that way people just don't think they're going to come here for a haircut. There's like other options and things that other services that you can provide. Right. Which just definitely makes sense why you would do a grooming studio.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So what other items do you have in the shop besides the grooming?
So I make beard oil. It's custom made. I make it myself. Everything is all natural. Everything is organic. What else do we have? I make a toner, which I love. I sell some local honey from across the street, Parker's Florist. They actually have bees. They got bees right back there. You can just walk on over there and
I never knew that.
No? Well, that was part of the reason why I wanted to partner with them, because they're like small business, local businesses. And I use their honey in my lip scrub.
Oh, really?
Yep, so that lips, not just because I make it, but it's actually awesome, especially right now. I make some hair oils, treatment oils I call them. One for like a dry, itchy scalp. Another is hair loss, and the other one is hair growth, and they're awesome. They're all natural. I have a bunch of essential oils in my basement. So for every single product, I researched them, did all, and looked at people's needs, the things that people were struggling with, things that I hear behind the chair all the time that people are looking for. And I got into aromatherapy myself. I use it a lot just for moods. You diffuse a lot in the store just to kind of set the mood. So yeah, so all the oils are infused with aromatherapy.
Nice. If someone wanted to get a hold of you, what's the best way to find you?
So the best way to get a hold of me would just DM me at Phoenix Grooming Studio on Instagram.
Cool. And you have a website and all that up? or in works of it?
Yeah, the website is up. You can book online, phoenixgroomingstudio.com.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day
Thank
to
you,
let me sit
Chris.
down and do this little talk with you.
Thank you, my pleasure.
Feel free to contact her on Instagram. She's over here on Cinnaminson. Oh, exactly, or Cinnaminson, Palmyra, I apologize.
Yeah.
Exactly where in Palmyra?
531 Cinnaminson Ave.
Cool. You heard it from here. Thank you so much. See you next month. Guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. Thank you again to Core Abstract for sponsoring this. See you next month for next month's video. Talk to you then. Bye.